Hello students, let's start tuples. So a tuple is a collection of Python objects separated by commas. So there are Python objects in as a member of tuple. So in other words, a tuple is a sequence of immutable Python objects, means we cannot do any changes on that objects. The difference between lists and tuples is that the contents of tuples cannot be changed. Tuples are represented by parentheses, whereas lists use square brackets. So here you can see the example of tuple. Tup equal to tuple function and print tup, then an empty tuple is shown. So here we define a tuple tup1 equal to there are 4 members. Then second tuple is 5, 12, 11, 22 like a list, and third tuple is then we print that tup1.0 and tup11.0. So there are, when we want to access the member, so through the indexing we can access when we print the value of the first member of the tuple, that indexing is same as indexing is in lists or strings. Left to right, positive indexing starting from 0, and right to left, negative indexing starting from -1. So here the 0th index number of the in tup1 tuple is comp sc, so that is printed. When we print command 1:5, then we get the second member, or the from index number 1 to index number 4 there are 4 members you can access through the slicing of, or through the cutting slice of tuple. Then iterating through a tuple is our next topic. So elements of tuple can be accessed sequentially using loop. So we can access the member of tuples using a loop with range function. So here you can see in tup 5, 11, 22 we use loop to access the members, and all members are printed here. So tuple indices start at 0. So index are starting from the 0 to, from left, positive indexing 0 to upward. Like lists, tuple also work well with basic operators as shown in the table given below. It means we can use Python expressions in tuples. We can find out the length, we can add tuples, we can multiply tuples, we can check in or not in function, and we can also use for loop for defining the for iteration. So tuple slicing, that is same as in list, start, stop, step. So start is the starting point, stop is the stopping point from that member, one member before that index is stop, and the step is increment. So here you can see, for example 10 to 19 a tuple, there are 9 members, so they are indexing from, for positive indexing 0 to 8 and negative indexing -1 to -9. Then here we saw that how to cut slice or how to print slice. So tuple1 equal to, there are 9 members, and when we give the parameter 5, so we get the tuples from 6 to 90. Because of it starts from the 5th index, very first parameter for start, so starting point is 5, so index number 5 is 60, so it start from 60 and go to the end. Some other functions that we use that are CMP function, it may works or not, we can check. Then len function, max function, min function and tuple sequence function. So len function returns the total length of tuple, means total number of members in a tuple. Max tuple returns items from the tuple with the maximum value. Min tuple returns the minimum value, and tuple sequence converts into list into tuple. So here Fibonacci series in tuple is given, then how to insert a Fibonacci series a tuple. So this practical we will do in our practical section. So we will print also this Fibonacci sequence up to 10, then dictionary. So let's do all the practicals which the tuple section have, then we go for next. So let's start from the defining tuple. So I am just opening our compiler for doing such practicals. So first we define a tuple and print and access their members. So T1 equal to, we use parenthesis 12, 34, 78 and 91. Take one characters or string, a collection of characters. So we use inverted comma and write here Python, inverted comma close. So here our T1 is defined. When we want to print, so print function and then our tuple name, that is T1 parenthesis close. When we run the program, we can see here name T2 is not defined on line 2. So we have to define here what is T2, then we get print out. Because of we have not any variable name T2, so we change the name of T1, we change it T2 and it will give us the result. So Python name is also wrong, so let's change the spelling of Python and run. So T2 equal to Python is printed. For accessing the members we can use indexing, same as string and lists, and the index number is inside the square brackets. So print T2. After this we want to print any other member from this function, so we use the name of that tuple T2 and then we use square brackets, and from T2 we need the second index number, so 2 and then close square brackets, then parenthesis, and let's see what will the result, that is 87. So the same as this is 12 at 0 index number, 3 at 1 index number and 87 at 2 index number. So when we give here index number 2, it gives us the value 87. After this, so after accessing the members of that tuple, let we do some slicing operations. So let we try for some slicing. So print and then parenthesis, then tuple name, that is T, and inside the T we use square brackets, and inside square brackets we use parameters like 1 ratio 0, or if we use only colon, then when we run the program we get Error. What is error? Bracket is not closed. So again done. So it's so the tuple. Let's add some more members. Run the program. Members are shown. After this, if we use for slicing, we can use start, stop and step. So if you want slice, same as indexing, that just like a string, that we starts from 2 means second index number, and from 2 to 9 or 7, so that after running this we get this. So after slicing, let's understand iterating through a tuple, how we iterate or how we use iteration, means loops for accessing the tuple members. So let's start from the for loop. For I in range, and the parameters are starting from the 0 to len function we use for t variable, and then close it, then colon, and then we print here the name of tuple, that is t, and after t, in square bracket, in parameter we pass the value of I, which will increment each time the loop will run, using indentation sub tab space. Actually it's not needed. So let's see when we run the program what we get the output. So token error. So end of line multi-line statement on line 5. So there are multi-line statement was not accepted. So let's try to do it here. So when we run the program, no. So we have to run this program into the script mode. So let's copy the whole program, select all, copy, and we use script mode for running this program. Our script mode is here. Paste in the program, and then using tab space print ti. Okay, maybe the bracket problem, so let's check. I'm running here. Okay, it run, and it shows all the elements of after iteration through a loop. Let's understand the some operations or Python expressions. List tuples also work well with basic operations as shown in the table given below. So let's use these operations and also use these functions. Then after we create a program to generate Fibonacci series in a tuple. So let's go to Python compiler. And try to run the programs. So here now we have one is tuple and second is list, and we use some functions in this. So let's create another tuple. So we can add t equal to, that is a tuple, and again j equal to same thing. Okay, we can paste it, so no need to write. This is t2, and let's add some more numbers. And now let's see the operations that on Python operations. So try to add tuples. So let's add two tuples, t and t2. So we just give command print and t plus t2 and then close the brackets and see what is the output. So run the program. So here we can see first it give the maximum number. So at print max. So here we have given three print command. First is for the maximum number from tuple first, that is in top, and the second print command for printing L, which is a list as a tuple, converting list into tuple, and third is printing or adding two tuples. So we get there are three printouts, and these are first is 89, and second the list converted into tuple, and third two lists are add. Now let's again come here and do some more. So use multiplication. So we multiply t with 5 and run the command. So here we can see there are first tuple multiplied by 5 times. Then we can also find some numbers in t or not. So let's see that print inside the print command. Let's check that 72 in T2 or not. So what it will give? So when we run this program, it gives us true because of 72 is inside that tuple, and if 72 in T2, so it shows same as. We can now watch more functions like length function, max function, min function, and so here max function, it gives us maximum for t tuple, and we use when minimum function, min function, it gives us the minimum value from the tuple t. So let's run this program and watch. So the minimum number is 43 in tuple t. We can see here that the minimum number is 43 in tuple t. After this, let's create a Fibonacci series program in this mode. So let's save this and create another new file. A new file we create a Fibonacci series. So for Fibonacci series in tuple, we need number of terms. So first we take nt a variable and nt equal to the number of terms is 10 or 12. Then we take two more variable n1 and n2, and okay, first we take n1 and define 0 to this. Then we take another variable n2 and assign a value 1 to this. Then take another variable, that is count, and assign him 0. After taking three variables, we also take a tuple which have no variable. Then we use if condition. If number of terms is less than or equal to 0, it prints to enter a positive integer. So if in terms if nt is less than or equal 0, it print that please enter a positive integer. After print, then go to again and elif if nt is equal to 1, if 0 or less than 0, it means, or if negative number, then condition told to the user to that input another number. Here I already defined nt is equal to 12, so let it entered by the user. Then if nt is equal to 1, at that condition it print Fibonacci sequence up to nt. So here program is completed, and you can see that first we take input from user, then according to that number we print the Fibonacci series. In this program there are 4 variables in starting, n1, n2 and count, and a blank tuple. So here we take conditions for number of terms. So if the number of terms inputted by the user is negative, that means the program says him that again enter a positive number. If that is equal to 1, so print the 1 as a result, and if that is greater than 1 or else more than 1, so up to nt means number of terms. So after this condition we print the statement at the top of our program. Then we use iteration. For iteration we use while loop. In while loop, when count is less than nt means number of terms, then tuple equal to tuple plus n1. So number of elements in tuple is increases, and nth term take the position of n1 plus n2. Each time count is increases, and n2 terms equal to nth term, and at last we print the tuple. So each time this program will run, it give us a line. So the program is running according to the number of terms. So let's run the program and see the output. So enter the number of terms. If we print here 0, then it says print please enter a positive integer. So again when we run the program, then we enter a positive integer, that is 3, so that it run for 3 times. First time it shows 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, and if we run program if we enter the number of number for Fibonacci series is 15, that it shows the Fibonacci series at up to 15. So you can see at the last line 0 plus 1 equal to 1, 1 plus 1 equal to 2, 2 plus 3 equal to 5, 5 plus 8 equal to 13, same as 13 plus 21 34, 21 plus 34 55, 55 plus 89 144, and 144 plus 89 223, and 233, and 233 plus 144, that is 337. It may be too much long according to the number inputted by us. If we enter here a number that is 25, 225 is too much, so you can see how it done everything. The Fibonacci series, again done the program with a limited number, that is 20, then enter, so it shows the Fibonacci series up to 20. So the total number of Fibonacci series as the last term is 4181. So here our tuple section is over. In the next video we start dictionaries. Thank you.